Hello everybody, how is everybody doing today? Today we're going to talk about the weekly home blessing, what's called the weekly home blessing hour. It doesn't have to be an actual hour of time. It can be divided up during the week. It can be a little bit over an hour. It could be a little bit under an hour. You can maybe work it out to be 30 minutes if that's all the time you had. Now, normally in the FlyLady system, the day that's set aside for weekly home blessing is a Monday. And then if you work all day, maybe that's not a good day for you. And so you would maybe spread yours out during the week and do 6 or 7 different items during the week, 5, 10, 15 minutes for each item. Now for me, let's see, yesterday was Monday. I had to work yesterday. And on Sunday, I felt really good. I had lots of energy. We had church early, so we were we got home pretty early. So, and I actually was a little bit, I said I was full of energy. Actually, I was a little tired and I wanted to take a nap. So instead of taking a nap, I don't like to do that. So instead of taking a nap, I started running around the house and doing the weekly home blessing. Now, mine is a little bit more, one area of mine is a little bit more complex than just a normal everyday person, because we do have pets who sleep on our bed. We have actually 3 pets that sleep with us. We have a dog who sleeps at the foot of the bed. We have a cat that for some reason has decided I'm her best friend, and she's snuggled up next to me every night, shedding all over the blanket. And then she used to sleep with Spencer, but she slept at the foot of the bed. So the dog was at the foot of the bed with me, the cat was at the foot of the bed with him, and then the other cat would kind of wander and do her thing. Well, now Mila is a long-haired cat. In fact, both of these cats are long-haired. And she is shedding all over the blanket next to my head, pretty much. So basically what I do is when I do my sheets for our bed, we don't have children, so it's just our bed. When I do the sheets, I also have a couple of throws that I put in there. So I'll do the sheets in one load. I do the throws in a small load. And then I have a blanket in the dog's throw, because he sleeps on a little blanket. It's all his. It's got little dogs on it. I do that in another sort of a medium load. The blanket's kind of, it's not huge. It's kind of a springy, light blanket. But anyway, it covers my nice quilt. So I don't always wash the quilt. I don't always wash the mattress cover. But I do every week wash those sheets, those 2 throws, and then the blanket and the extra throw. So I do 3 loads. So if you're just doing sheets, you're just going to go much faster. So basically you have a few minutes. You don't need, 30 minutes to pull the sheets off the bed. And if you're like me, I pull everything back up on the bed, because my cats, the minute I have anything uncovered, they're going to come in there and they're going to throw up on something. Even if they haven't thrown up in 3 months, if I uncover that, they are going to get up there and throw up. I don't know. It's just like, it's one of those Murphy's Law type of things. They're going to do it if it's uncovered. So I pull everything off and pull that blanket and everything back up there, and then I get the blanket later. Okay, so that is one thing. Changing the sheets is one aspect of weekly home blessing. Another aspect, and of course, now if you have an extra pair of sheets, and I do have an extra set, you can go ahead and put your sheets right back on. Or if you just have the one set, then you wash, and when you get done, drying and everything, then you put it back on. Okay, so just make sure you follow through with that whole load of laundry, so it's not, sitting in the washer for 3 days or whatever. So just make sure when you're doing your laundry to follow through. That's another part of the FlyLady plan. Anytime you're doing laundry, follow through and get it finished. So you don't leave your all your laundry shoved into baskets around the house getting wrinkled. It's just better to just take care of it all. Okay, so the next thing that we do with weekly home blessing is we empty the garbage. Okay, so it doesn't take me long to run around and empty my garbage into one large trash can. I pull the trash bag out of my kitchen. It's a large, I think it's a 13-gallon. I run around the house. It does not take me long at all to gather everything up. And sometimes I do go ahead, like tomorrow's trash day. So today I'm gonna look through my refrigerator, make sure there's nothing else that needs to be, anything that might be stinky needs to go out today and get into the trash, because tomorrow's trash day. So if I'm gonna cook some meat tonight. So I wanna make sure all that meat and stuff goes, make sure that gets into that trash can. So everything will be nice and fresh, so we don't have gunky, stinky trash, in the kitchen. I like to keep all that stuff. I have the trash can is right outside my back door, and it's right off my kitchen. So anytime I have anything stinky, I just run it right out there. Okay, so it shouldn't actually take you 10 minutes to run around and get your garbage. And if you do, maybe you need to rethink your system. Maybe there's a reason why it's taking you longer, but it doesn't even probably take me 2 minutes. So, but your system may be totally different. It may take you longer. But anyway, that's one that you can kind of just do really quick and you don't need the whole 10 minutes or whatever. Okay, mirrors. We don't have a lot of mirrors in our house, and usually mostly what I'm concerned with are the 2 bathroom mirrors. We have 2 small bathrooms. Spencer has his bathroom, I have my bathroom. They don't get super dirty. I use those cloths that I mentioned. Of course, I keep forgetting to bring those in here. Dingbat, I was going to show you the FlyLady cloths, which I love. They're just microfiber cloths, but they do last for a really long time. I like them. They're very good quality. I like them even better than I like, personally for me, I like them better than I like Norwex. And Norwex is more costly. Norwex does have the silver clean, the natural silver in it for the cleaning. If you're worried about that, then continue using your Norwex, because FlyLady does not have that. Okay, so if that's something that concerns you, then continue with your Norwex. For me, I don't care about that. That's not my thing. I just wet her cloths and I just dampen them and run them over my mirrors very quickly. So that is not going to take me 10 or 15 minutes either, because it's just 2 small mirrors. I don't have like the huge vanities. We don't have that in our house. Our bathrooms are very small. So if you have a larger vanity, it's going to take you a little bit longer, and that's fine. You just figure out how long it takes you. Now, dusting. When we get to dusting, vacuuming, and mopping, we're not dusting, mopping, and vacuuming our entire house. Not for the weekly home blessing, because we have zone cleaning. Zone cleaning is where you're going to do a little bit deeper, more detailed work. So for weekly home blessing, it's like sort of a quicker run through. So your vacuuming is going to be the way FlyLady has always talked about it. It's just hitting your main rooms. Basically, it's keeping things company ready. So if you have a main bathroom, if you have company come in, if you have a bathroom that you send them into, like maybe it's your half bath or the closest thing that they would be close to, then you keep that one cleaned up, and we try to keep them both cleaned up, but you know what I mean. If you've got one you're trying to keep, if you've got 4 or 5 bathrooms, it's just easier to pick one and say this is where our guests are going to go, unless of course there's spending the night or something. Okay, so you might want to vacuum that one. You might want to vacuum your kitchen, maybe your den. We have so much cat hair here that when I do weekly home blessing, I go ahead, I either run Roomba through the whole house, and I've got 2 Roombas. One is sort of on the fritz. I've got we've got some parts from our old Roomba. We kept our old one that played out. We decided not to replace that one, or not to fix it. So we have parts. Anyway, I got to get that one fixed. But I either run the vacuum myself, and I end up doing not the entire house, but I do a lot of it. But I can vacuum most of my house very quickly in probably about 30 minutes. So the most time I'm going to spend on weekly home blessing is going to be on the vacuuming. But again, you do not need to do your entire house. You need to do the main traffic area. And so you look at your house. What is your main traffic area? Is it just your den and just your kitchen and maybe just that one bathroom? Then just do that. You don't have to vacuum your whole house, because we're going to hit those zones during the zone cleaning. Now, if you're like me and you have a lot of pets, you may need to vacuum your whole house twice a week. I could actually very easily vacuum mine every single day. That's why I have 2 Roombas, and I wish my 3rd one was still working, because when I had 3 Roombas, it was the best thing ever. We have about, if you're wondering, my house it's not that it's huge. We have 2,600 square feet. Roomba has sort of a mapping system, but it's not as organized as you would think. And so it's kind of slow. It runs a little bit slow. So that's why I loved having 3. It's not that the house is that huge. It just runs slowly. So you can run 3 and have them all done, within an hour, you got pretty much your whole house done. Okay. And then you want to mop whatever those high traffic areas. Again, we're not mopping our entire house. The only things here the only rooms I really ever mop, we have hardwood floors. I don't really spend much time mopping the hardwood floors. We do not eat off the floor. My vacuums are very good. I make sure I have good quality vacuums, so they're getting a lot of dirt off the floor. There is, there's not a lot of dirt on the floor. There is some cat hair, obviously, but again, we're not eating off the floor. I do not spend a lot of time mopping my hardwood. What I mop are my 2 small bathrooms. We have a sunroom that has a flat surface. It's not a carpet. It's like a flat tile floor. And then we do our kitchen. So I can actually do all 4 of those very quickly because they're not large spaces. So the weekly home blessing mopping that I do are those 4 rooms. The other rooms, I just vacuum. I do not spend a lot of time mopping. I'm not real big on mopping hardwood. Now, if you have a hardwood floor system that you like to use and you like to mop with, and that's how you do it, then you do it your way. I'm just saying for me and for my purposes, again, we're not eating off the floor. We don't have little kids crawling on the floor. The floor actually stays relatively clean because of the vacuums that I personally choose to use. They actually have a good brush system. The better your brush system is, the less mopping you're really gonna have to do, honestly. Okay. And then dusting. Dusting, again, is just going to be your high traffic areas. Now, the main areas that I dust weekly, and I don't even always do it every week, but I do our bedroom. I'll tell you the two areas that are going to be dustiest at your house are always going to be your bedroom and your den. And if you've got several people living in your house, it would be all their bedrooms. The bedrooms, you spend a lot of your time in the bedrooms, and you've just got, stuff coming off of you. Maybe if you've got a pet sleeping with you, they've got whatever, dander or whatever. So your bedroom is always going to be dusty. Your den or your living room, whatever that family room is, that will be dusty. And then we have a large entry hall that goes into a dining room. I don't have a lot of things sitting around. It doesn't take me long to dust that. And then, den, bedroom, entry hall, dining. Those are my main ones that I do. And I try to do all of those once a week. I think last week I skipped the den. I'm trying to remember. I may have skipped the den last week, and I think I also skipped the dining room. So you see, I don't always do it. This isn't written in stone that you have to do every single one of these every time. The idea is hit the highlights. The more you keep your house picked up, the less messy it looks. I've walked into houses when I was cleaning houses. I've cleaned houses for over 20 years now. When I would go into a house and look at it, honestly, if their house is picked up, I can't even tell it's dirty. So the best thing you can do for yourself, if you're worried about your house looking dirty and people coming in, is to keep your house picked up. They probably aren't going to notice the dust unless it's an inch thick. It's just the way it goes. If they're running around your house with a white glove test, that's their problem. That's on them. That's not on you. So you don't worry about the white glove testers. You worry about the house being the sort of clean that you are comfortable with and that you want it to be clean. This doesn't have to be a perfectionist thing. I'm not for that at all. In fact, this is, again, Steph's sheet, and at the bottom, this is from secretsolve.com. At the bottom, progress, not perfection. And so that's what FlyLady teaches. Now, I've always said that I felt like FlyLady was a little bit perfectionist for me. So let's just go through this again. This is Steph's sheet, morning and evening routines, and you can just mark them off. She's got every day on here, morning and evening. She's got the zone cleaning. I'm going to go through these with you real quick. We're on zone 3 for this week. I'm trying to make this video shorter, so if you feel like I'm talking fast, that's why. The videos have gone a little too long. Zone cleaning. Zone 3 is bathrooms. So however many bathrooms you have, if they're too dirty to tackle both of these this week, just pick one. It doesn't really matter. Just pick one and work on that one, okay? So zone 3 bathrooms, dust sills and baseboards. Now my bathrooms really don't have baseboards. Straighten drawers, that's always a good idea. Clean the vanity, that's a good idea. Wash your bath mats, I did that the other day. Clean the shower, I do that while I'm in it. So I got some shower gel that I use myself, and I just put it on a little scrubby that I don't use on. It's one of those you use on your body, like the little sponge thing. I don't use it for that. I use it specifically to clean the shower. It just hangs up in there, and I just put some soapy stuff on there. It doesn't really matter what it is. And then I scrubbed the walls with that while I was taking the shower. So I was finished with my shower and I was getting done, and then I took my shower head off, and then I just sprayed it down so to get the soap off, and that's it. And then when I'm done, I wipe my walls down with another one of those FlyLady cloths, and that keeps you from having all that mold buildup. If you have and we have old bathrooms, they do have mold that just builds up if you're not careful. So this keeps me, if I wipe those walls down, it keeps me from having to spray a lot of bleach. I don't like to use a lot of bleach. It stinks. Okay, so clean your shower, clean your bathtub. I also cleaned the bathtub while I was in there. I was just, in there taking a shower. I can easily clean my bathtub. My bathtub wasn't that dirty. Clean outside of the toilet. FlyLady has something called Swish and Swipe, and she tells you to do it every day. And I do not necessarily do it every day. I do usually one or the other bathroom every day, every other day, something like that. So you don't have to do it every day. But that's why she's saying on here, clean the outside of the toilet, because we're doing the swish and swipe, which is like the inside of the bowl. We do that pretty much daily or every other day. So that's something we're already doing. And also the same thing with the vanity. We're supposed to really be wiping that vanity down every day. But of course, you're in the bathroom this week, so you go ahead and wipe that down. If you're doing the swish and swipe every day, your bathroom, really your fixtures aren't that dirty, because you're doing it every day or even every other day. Even if you do it every third day, it's still not going to be as dirty as waiting 2-3 weeks, to wipe your bathroom down. Okay, so just a little hint there. Clean your windows. I did do that. Clean the floors. I did that. And then she also puts the laundry room with this one. So she says dust sills and baseboards. I don't have a window in there. I do have some baseboards. Wipe down the machines, clean inside the washer, and then do your floors. So I do kind of need a mop in there. I haven't not mopped in there in a long time. And remember, Steph also has the menu area down here. I'm going to make a lasagna today. That's on my list. I haven't really planned my menu past that. I think we may eat out tomorrow, so I don't really need to plan for that. Reminder, I've got to call my dentist. I probably mentioned last time, I still haven't called the dentist. I got to call the dentist. Probably need to do that today. Okay, and so Monday's weekly home blessing, obviously you can change that to a different day, or you can do one task. She's got the 6 tasks written down here. You could pick one a day. Tuesday, plan and pay. This is when she plans her meals and pays her bills. Wednesday, anti-procrastination day, so you can maybe make appointments or go to appointments, schedule your appointment. If you're like me, don't really like to go to appointments, sometimes I schedule those on Wednesday. Thursday, errands. That's not my errand day. I'm gonna be working some Thursdays I do work. And then Friday is car and bag day. Friday is and that's, you clean your car and bag out. And like a gym bag, diaper bag if you have kids or grandkids. That's my errand day. Friday's my errand day. Spencer and I go out on our date. And then the weekend, she's got 2 different lines here for your weekend. Okay, so that's just the basic breakdown of her form. This again is Steph on Secret Slob. I think I maybe told you wrong. It's thesecretslob.com. I thought it was just Secret Slob, but anyways, thesecretslob.com. She's Secret Slob on YouTube. So I love the way she breaks things down. She just makes things easier for me. And again, progress, not perfection. We're not looking for any perfection. The weekly home blessing is not about being perfect. It's about just getting the main areas done. And like I said, if you'll get some of your clutter down, it'll be easier to dust. If you don't have quite so many things sitting out that, that need to be dusted off, you can run through and dust a whole lot faster. And that's what I've tried to do, sort of pare things down. I have a lot of stuff inside china cabinets, but I don't dust that out inside the china cabinet. You're not gonna have to dust that every single time you dust. So it's just a run through of your dusting, okay? It's not every single surface of every single thing in your house. All right, and a lot of people will use like the feather duster. If that makes you happy, use that, or the Swiffer duster, or the Swiffer cloths, or however you want to do that. A duster does work faster. I just use lint-free cloths. That's just what I use. But you're free to use whatever. I don't use products. I just simply use lint-free cloths. And that way it just gets the dust up and you don't need a lot of products. If I feel like I need a product, I'll use some lemon oil. That's the only thing I would ever use personally. I don't use Pledge. I don't buy anything like that. It has to be actual real lemon oil or I do not use it. We have Antiques and I'm not using any of that other Pledge. That stuff builds up and you don't need that. If it makes you happy and you want to use it, that's fine. But if you have Antiques, you really, really need to invest in something that is lemon oil. All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do that. Feel free to shoot me a comment. I do try to read the comments and look at them. Sometimes I get comments and don't realize it for 2 weeks. So for some reason, they're not coming up all the time. Anyway, hope you have a great day. I did get my my weekly talk on cleaning done before Friday this time. Yay for me. All right, so I did anti-procrastination today, right? I didn't wait till tomorrow to do it or even Friday, even later to do it. I did it today. So anyway, have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.